it, you know? The hell? You have to meditate, bro. So, you look at every day, yeah. Look it up. Shit, you have to meditate. Look it up. That's all that's part of it. That's what we've been doing. That's what we got, like, you can
I was watching some different ways
of Islam. Peace and Hotep. 28th of April. You already know it's warp speed right now. As far as the calendar. Just get the prayer going on. Islam to the more is online, that's early for class. 5 on the left, 2 on the right. Allah, the Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day, through His holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Islam. Islam. Peace to all the Moors worldwide. Peace to all the Moors online. We want to welcome you once again to Canaanland Moors class, free online class for people who want to learn something. I want to throw it out there again. We opened up the doors of Canaanland, so Moors, wherever they're at, can have access to being a member of a Moor Science Temple, because we get too much calls, too much emails, too much Moors contacting us, talking about, temple where they're at. They went to the temple, those guys have church going on there. They went to the temple, people looking them up and down, like they're whatever. They went to the temple this, they went to the temple that, but we don't know how to trust so much dirty Moors out there with people charging money for it, whatever. So we're like, okay, you know what? We got some counsel from the master teachers, and they were like, yeah, sure. You know what I mean? Do it. You know what I mean? Open up the doors, give everybody access, since it's so hard to get access. And when you do get access, you're kind of, iffy and you don't know and whatever. So if you've been down with Canaanland and you want to be a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America, we put it out there. We're not sealing nobody's documents and stuff like that. We're not going to fly down there to come to your court stuff or whatever like that. We're not doing none of those stuff, right? You're going to study and be what you know. What we're doing, no different than when, James Bond or whatever like that did his 70 movies, and then he was able to go to whatever university and get a doctorate just because he's James Bond. And basketball guy could go to whatever university and get a doctorate just because. And then whoever could go over and they get a master's. They didn't even go to any classes. They didn't even go to the school. They didn't even do nothing, but they have a paper on their wall saying that they're a graduate of whatever and they got an honorary doctorate. Same thing that we're doing, right? Honorary membership, which means that you become part of the Moorish Science Temple of America. You get something acknowledging that you're a member of our temple, and then that's what it is. That's all it is, right? Just so that, when people pull the, what temple you belong to or whatever like that, you could back your stuff off and say, yeah, I belong to, this temple, right? And then see how much friends you have after that, because there's enough Canaanland Moor haters out there, as usual. So what you're going to do, if you want to be a member of Canaanland Temple, you're going to send an email to canaanlandguide@gmail.com requesting for the temple membership form. Or you're going to send an email to Amaury Elbay, AMAURY Elbay @hotmail.ca. Please don't send to both of them. Pick one and send the stuff there. right? Don't send to both of them. Don't CC nothing. Don't CC nothing. Just pick one. Either send to Canaanland guide at gmail.com or amarylbay@hotmail.ca. We'll send you the form with the instructions, how to send, get it back to us or whatever like that, what you got to do, and then go from there. All right. Next thing, DJ Young C just dropped his mix CD, new mix CD, Indie versus Industry, Volume 5. Make sure you go check it out, because Iron Sheik got a little song on there. You know what I mean? Brother hit me up, said, you got something? Like, so gave him something. Indie versus Industry. So, we're repping the indie, but we changed the Y to an I, because, we're the indie. We're the indie. We're not the indie, indie Y. We're the indie I, right? Because we're the Aboriginal Indigenous. So, go check that. Volume 5, it's out there. It's free. It's on YouTube. So, just deal with that. Next thing, cultural educators .myorganogold.com. Anybody out there, if you're a coffee drinker, tea drinker, hot chocolate drinker, just got connected with this coffee marketing firm, whatever, and they got black coffee, red tea, green tea, hot chocolate, Blue Mountain coffee, and it's all about using this mushroom, right, in order to give you the caffeine. So it's caffeine free, but they have a mushroom that they use that give you the vibe of caffeine, give you the jolt, right? So there it is right there. Cultural educators .myorganogold.com if you want to order some tea, and this is high end. So coffee, tea, whatever, you're looking at, $20, $30 a box. It's high end. That's why we said Moorish tea merchant, right? Because this is not Tetley and those stuff like that, right? This is high end tea and coffee, right? And hot chocolate. Right, so all those people, I can't drink hot chocolate because it's not, whatever, milk and all that, and vegan or whatever. Don't worry about that. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing like that going on in hot chocolate. All right. A lot of stuff going on. We got lots of emails, so we're gonna let's start with the emails because there's some interesting ones in here that we gotta put out there. Just because, stuff is interesting, right? Very interesting. So, we got a contact from one of the Moors out here. Once again, we have to acknowledge and we have to recognize that this isn't about us. You know what I mean? Next week, I'm going to be 40. This ain't about me and what I want to do or whatever like that. This is all about young Moors coming into this. This is about Moors younger than me coming into this and doing whatever it is that they know that they got to do with regard to this birthright. Because, it's getting thick out there. See what's going on in Baltimore and all that. I already know. Been telling people, King Alfred and all that, so it's not a secret to Moors. Right? We already know what's going on. So, one of the Moors out here, Brother Rennie Bay, had a testimonial, we'll call it. You know what I mean? That he wanted to, send the email, said, put this on the record or whatever, because it's pretty crazy what's going on. So, this is Brother Rennie. Islam brother, I just wanted to pass on a run-in I had with an old European lady. I was visiting a brother at his apartment out in Stony Creek, Hamilton. When it was time to leave, I had got on the elevator and there was an old lady and her grandchild waiting for me to get on. I felt the energy as soon as the door closed because the expression on the child's face and hers. She immediately smiled and asked, "Where have you guys been? It's been so long since I've seen you around." I smiled back and asked her where she originated from. Then she started going on about how they used to have guys like us walking around in Bosnia. Then she really couldn't help but ask me if I know what I'm wearing on my head. Before I could reply, she pointed at my headdress and told me it's a fez. She couldn't believe she met someone over here in North America with a fez. The look she gave was joyful, and the smile she kept while we were talking made me feel as if she felt safe. Islam. Okay? So we might not really know, so we'll just check just to be sure. You know what I mean? So just go on in the map, whatever, Google Bosnia, just to see where it is. So you're clear about who the brother's referring to, what geographical location they're in. So she's telling the brother, "Where you guys been?" Remember he said that it's an older lady, right? And she's asking the Moor, where's the Moor been? Where's the Moor been? I haven't seen you guys in ever. You know what that is that you have on your head or whatever? Oh no, don't answer it. That's a fez. Okay? For all those people who claim that some Europeans gave us our stuff, right? For all those people that want to pretend like, you know, Moorish nationality, knowing the truth about our nationality and birthrights doesn't make us untouchable. Moors are untouchable. Remember that. Remember I told you. Now we're not talking about, you know what I mean, Moors getting kidnapped and detained and, you know what I mean, whatever. Like we're talking about open season assassination like what's going on with Negro black colored people. Moors are untouchable. I'm still waiting for all these Negro black colored people who are in doubt of whether they're Moors or not to find me a Moor that they shot up, right? Find me a Moor that they killed. And then, jackasses going, "Oh yeah, well they killed Noble Drew Ali." Moors did that. Europeans didn't kill Noble Drew Ali. Moors killed Noble Drew Ali. So don't even go there, right? So we're talking about Bosnia, okay? So this is how people in Bosnia carry themselves. Clearly, it's not no Asiatic or whatever like that. Look at the nose, you already know that's no Asiatic, right? Clearly this is not an Asiatic, but they got turbans on. They got hijab and whatever like that, right? Got the peace pipe, the long peace pipe, okay? Got the curly toe shoes, and don't tell me nothing about, well, that's drawing or whatever. You guys show me drawing of slave ships every day, all day, drawing of slave stuff, and nobody tells you guys anything. So don't talk about the drawing, right? Bosnia. Don't believe me, just go Google it yourself. Moors or Negroes or black people of Bosnia. And then when pictures like this start coming up, you know that they're not Negroes and they're not black. Because Negroes and blacks don't wear turbans. Just go take a tally of all the people in Ferguson, all the people in Baltimore marching, picketing, breaking up stuff. Ain't no turbans out there. Ain't no fezzes out there. No hijabs out there. No vests. No curly toe shoes. All you see is pants off your ass, marina, right? T-shirts and niggerdom, right? You're not seeing this stuff there, right? So don't get it twisted, right? Bosnia. So since you don't like that, we'll give you more. Again, just look at the features. You know what I mean? No lips. You see the no lips right there? Right? See the straight noses? Right? Clearly these are Europeans. Clearly. These aren't Asiatics or whatever like that. These are clearly Europeans. Bosnia. Don't hear nothing that I'm saying. Please think that I'm lying to you and just go check for yourself. Right? And realize Moors influenced everybody on the planet to be better. Moors influenced everybody on the planet to be better. Okay? Bosnia. Why is this European country or whatever like that, they have people dressing up in turbans and fezzes and hijabs and all this stuff looking like Moors? Just because they invented it? They know they didn't invent this. Okay? It's a fact they didn't invent any of this. So let people know. And again, we don't deal with hearsay. We deal with actual factual. And Moore was on the elevator and ladies dropping it on him. Ladies dropping it on him. Right? Bosnia. Right? Oh yeah. Yeah, and this one's not a drawing. Now we're getting to the real ones now, right? The man there, right, he has a Moorish beard. Okay? Right? Some with his KKK headwear. He just doesn't have the mask with the eye holes. Right? Just like how we have the short fez called tarbush. Okay, here's the short KKK stuff. Once again, there's the pipe. The peace pipe. Why they got peace pipe? Because that's what we brought to them. Right? We brought that culture to them. Right? Europeans. Clearly Europeans. But they're not dressing like some cave people. Right? Why? Because when the Moors went everywhere, we civilized everybody. And nobody could say that the Moors didn't influence them. Now, again, we're going to go to picture again. So now this one now is going to put things in perspective as to who ruled Bosnia. Okay. Now, these are Asiatics now. See that one in the middle right there? That's a European. Okay, look at all those other ones around. Bosnia, don't forget. Okay? So when you hear Moore say, European leader, where you guys been? This is what she knows from her country. This is what she knows from her country. Bosnia. This is what she knows. She knows dark-skinned people ruled there. And she's late. And people say that they're not Moors. They're everything else except Moors. Right? You're going to bring up, well, the Dogon, the Dogon are African. No, they're not. Dogons aren't African. Dogons aren't African. Dogons are from Mali. And that's here. Dogons really from Sirius B or whatever. They're not even from Earth. If you ask Dogon, they're not even from Earth. They're not from Earth. Right? They're from Sirius A and Sirius B, where they had to go make a telescope They went to go, the Europeans went to go chill, learn something from the Dogon. When they went to the Dogon told them, we're not from here. We're from Sirius A, Sirius B. There's our little festival, ceremony, whatever that we do in honor of these two planetary, bodies that do something in the universe. We have a dance that we do in our culture in representation of out there. The Europeans went and made a telescope. They didn't have a telescope before that. They went and made a telescope to go check and see if there's really something out there, because, the Dogon were very sure as to where this thing was in the constellations. And they built their telescope, superpower, whatever telescope. They went and checked, and what did they find? Sirius A and Sirius B. Way out there. Way out there. That the telescope that they had couldn't see it, that they had to make a new telescope just because the Dogon told them something that they didn't know about. Right? So don't let the conscious video opportunists play you for stupid. Let them be stupid on their own. Especially when they're talking about these guys are from Africa and those guys are from Africa and how Moors or whatever, and you say you guys have nothing to do with Africa. Dogon are from Mali. They're not from Africa. Dogon are from Mali. Mali's not in Africa. Mali's in Mali. Just like, are Moors black? Are blacks Moors? No. Moors are Moors. Blacks are adjective. Don't tell me about Moors are black people. That black people are Moors. It doesn't go like that in reality. Only in the fiction world. Right? And when we look out at all this stuff going on in the world, not even in the world, we look at this stuff going on in North America, right? And we realize that when we go to research riots around the world, we go research riots around the world, people around the world, they're not tearing up their own stuff. Just go check. Don't believe anything that you hear here. Use Google. Information's at your fingertips. And Google riots around the world. And you find me somebody else in the world that's rioting, that's tearing up their own store that they have to go to tomorrow to get food from. It's not happening. Why? Because people with nationalities, they have common sense. And they don't do stupid stuff, like tear up their own stuff in their own community, and then complain after about they don't have stuff. What do you mean? You guys tore up your own stuff, right? Remember, check the record, right? LA riots, tear up their own stuff. New Orleans, tear up their own stuff. Ferguson, tear up their own stuff. Baltimore right now, tearing up their own stuff. Like we were saying yesterday when the stuff dropped. These Negroes are going to be given cars, black eyes, or whatever. They're going to be given windows, fat lips, and all that stuff, and never touch a freaking police. Never. When that's who the problem is. How come you guys are going to go cause destruction on everything except who violated you? You know why? Because the European is Negro, black, colored people's God, and they fear him. They fear him. How we know that? Because they still got his name. They know slavery is over, slavery has been abolished, and they still have slave master's name. Why? Because The slave master didn't give me permission to change my name to El Bay or whatever like that, so I can't do it. Oh, I went to the court and then I tried to do a name correction and they didn't want to do it, whatever, because whatever. When you have a prophet told you how to do, how to correct your status. Oh, but you don't want to recognize him because then, when you start talking about prophet, they think that, oh yeah, for religion and convert people to be Muslim, and they don't want to be Muslim because they're Christian or they're Egyptologists or whatever like that. When you guys are so fucking lost, it's not even funny. It's not even funny anymore. Like it's not even like the audacity of these people, right? First of all, tear up their own stuff, never face the enemy. Not once. Because remember, go check the videos, especially Baltimore. Go check the videos. Tell me, right? When you're watching the videos, now go back. You're gonna go back and watch now because we're bringing this to a different perspective, right? When we say rioting and whatever, right? Go back and watch the videos of the Baltimore stuff when they're stoning the police and whatever police are running and all that stuff. Tell me if that didn't look like zombie apocalypse. Tell me if it didn't look like zombies are taking over the place and everybody's fleeing from the zombies. Go back. Go back, watch all those zombie movies, Walking Dead and all that type of stuff with the zombies taking over places. And then go watch the Baltimore thing. These guys have guns that they could spray everybody. They could spray everybody. But why they not just spray these people? I mean, they're gonna shoot people running anyways. They're gonna sever people's spine and stuff like that. Anyways, why don't you just shoot these people? Why don't they do that? Because they want somebody to take the pressure cooker and just go like this without running it under cold water first, for all the people who eat oxtail and chicken and all that stuff. When mom's using the pressure cooker, all the people in the islands know what we're talking about with the pressure cooker, right? That when you put the pressure cooker on the stove, before you open the pressure cooker, you need to run it under cold water. And the has to stop before you open the pressure cooker. But if you don't do that, it's going to blow up in your face. It's definitely going to blow up in your face. And remember, it's not blowing up in no European space or whatever. They already sold whatever they get to China and all that stuff. So they're out the way. They're just doing damage control right now until China, gets themselves ready to come over and, deal with these niggers. They worry about European. They don't worry about no European. They already sold all these. What do you think all these companies closing down and all this type of stuff? Walmart closing down, McDonald's closing down, Future Shop, all these places closing down. What do you think they're closing down for? Because that stuff is sold. And new slave masters coming in. New slave masters coming in very soon. Very soon, new slave masters coming. But we have to give our honors, you know what I mean? Rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Because, we didn't get to put this picture up in the class that we did when we had, all the list of everybody who they killed, because this one didn't happen yet. So there's another one to add to the list. All right? Another one to add to the list. Because these people are content being chattel property. Well, how can you blame it? Because, like I said, like we've been saying, Moors know that our state is mental slavery. How are you going to get out of mental slavery? Not going to church, not coming to the temple, not whatever. You're going to get out of mental slavery by studying. And the only way that you're going to study and the only place you're going to study is in your house. And half these people, if we go check the record, all these people, 107 or 108 or something like that right now, people who got shot up by these mercenaries are outside, right? Doing whatever. No purpose in life, just outside, just, one guy is going to buy Skittles or whatever, gets shot up. One guy has a toy gun outside playing in a park with a toy gun, gets shot up. One guy's walking around the store or whatever, gets shot up. Lady got her ass kicked at the side of the highway. All this stuff happening to these people because they have no purpose. If you have no purpose, that means you're not useful. If you're not useful, just like old shoes or whatever, throw it on the line and go get some new shoes. Just like broken cup, throw it in the garbage, you don't need it. And this is the position that the European is taking with these people who are content being stateless. And then they have their, conscious video opportunists that, camera comes on, and then there are Moors there. Well, now all of a sudden everybody got something to say now. Everybody got something to say because now, Moors are proving everybody wrong when Moors start talking on camera. Because, we already know people don't come to Moors classes. Only Moors go to Moors classes, right? But when you have, events and whatever like that, and there's camera there, and there's a Moor there, guaranteed there's going to be some Negro black color guy there trying to downplay everything that Moor is saying. Always. Why? Because they're video opportunists. All their position is to see how much views they could get. They don't care about waking up the people. They don't care about people getting out of this madness that's going on right now. You telling me that you guys still marching and all that? And then you're not even marching now? Now you're rioting, tearing up your own stuff? Okay, what's the law dictionary have to say about rioting? Right? Insurrection, a rebellion, or rising of citizens or subjects, in resistance to their government. So when you hear Gil Scott-Heron talk about revolution will not be televised or whatever, there's not no revolution, that's insurrection. Because these individuals are in a rebellion in resistance to their government. It's not European government. Their government. Their own state police, who they're supposed to give orders to, that they don't give orders to because they have no status, so they're not hearing them. Like we tell people. Go back, watch Brother Fontes beat up on his so-called peace officers that were trying to be mercenaries and kidnap his son or whatever. They stopped being mercenaries ASAP. Let you man out the car and all that. But what's Negro black colored people do? Oh, it's just going on. Oh, this is gonna get views. And then, it ends up being a murder that these guys are gonna get off. Because insurrection, rising of citizens or subjects. Oh, insurrection? Who institutes insurrection? Insurgents. Oh, let's see what those are. Just so we can be clear with what these people's position is When they go out there talking about stone police and, you know, chase police down the street like zombie apocalypse, right? One who participates in an insurrection, one who opposes the execution of law by force of arms, or who rises in revolt against the constituted authorities, one who opposes the execution of law. The execution of law. Who opposes the execution of law more than anybody else on the planet? Negro, black, colored people. Because they feel white man can't tell them nothing. We're a slave master, slavery's over. You can't, I'm not going to give you my ID or whatever like that. You don't have no right to. But you didn't do nothing wrong. What's the issue? Right? What's the problem? If you're innocent, if you're not guilty, why can't you have a conversation with these people? Oh, you have no nationality. So they know that you're a subject. And if you're a subject, that means you're a ward. And if you're a ward, that means you're their property, and they can do whatever it is the hell that they want to. Like we told y'all, Sunday, the more Brother Yassan El stood up in class, told people about his multiple record that he had, right? Rap sheet, you know what I mean? And then flip the page, and then flip the page, and then flip the page, rap sheet. Okay? Got the door kicked in again, just because of the rap sheet. Not even because of, you know, they got warrant, whatever like that. Just because, oh, this guy has a record of whatever, we're going to kick his door. Bet we find something. Kick the door and find nothing. Release him on his own recognizance. Go to court, and he doesn't even have to send in paperwork or nothing like that. No paperwork, no show nationality card, no special appearance, whatever, no quo warranto, no writ of discovery, no, nothing. Just walk in there like a Moor. Everything withdrawn. No questions asked. And people saying that this is not where it's at. You really think that this is not what it is? You really think you can't exercise that right? Trust me, and it's my cousin. I've been to court for all of his stuff that he has on rap sheet. It's legit, and it's charges like, right? If you peep the Iron Sheik mix CD, that's the same brother who I was talking about that played ball, right? Played ball that good that he got out of prison. This is how good of a baller he is. Got out of prison. Went to try out for a team in Germany. Right out of prison. Not like waiting, whatever like that, whatever. Right out of prison. Went to Germany. Right? Before that, we just back up. When he was in prison, actually I might have it right here. Right? There's the nom de guerre right there, because this was the photocopy. This was the photocopy that I sent him in prison. And what you have to do out here, when you send stuff to somebody in prison, that you have to write their name in it to prove that it's that individual. So what we did, all the stuff that we sent, Quran, you know, oral statements, 101 questionnaire, whatever like that, write his name in it, send it in the mail, he gets the stuff. He gets the stuff in there, and he's now inside. Another brother that he met inside, Brother Lanre, who he put out his own stuff about taping, you know what I mean, the so-called officer that was harassing him when he went to take his son to the playground or whatever like that, and then he filmed him, and you know, Lamby's just in the car, just, you know, like a little sheep or whatever like that, not saying nothing, no words, right? He met him in there. They put each other on information because, you know, inside, what else are you gonna do? You ain't gonna do nothing else but, you know, build or whatever, right? He got the info, got out of prison, went to Germany, and then saw a street in Germany called Moore. Called me from Germany to say, yo, you know the stuff that you're on? That is real. This is my blood. We grew up together in Tobago, grew up together, lived in the same house, right? On it. And like I'm saying, his charges were like, yo, massive rap sheet. Got hold of the prophet and did completely change. No more street life, none of that crap. Doing ball camp stuff for youths now and all that. Because of Morris Science, because of Noble Drew Ali, Thug or whatever, changed his life. Right? Completely changed his life. To the point where now, Rap Sheet doesn't even have nothing on him. That's what I was telling the Moore, who just bought his truck. Just bought his truck, you know what I mean? Had it on Facebook with his truck or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got my truck, but I can't get no job because I have felonies. But I have this truck. But I have felonies and nobody wants to hire me because of felonies. Okay, out here, we'll say felonies is what my cousin had. And he's going into court after they kick the door in or whatever like that. Saying that, well, yeah, he must have something, kidnap him or whatever like that. He goes to court. Remember, released on his own recognizance. No bond, no bail, no surety, no nothing. Released on his own recognizance. He's so bad that they just let him walk out to jail. And trusted that he's going to come to court. But he has a rap sheet like this or whatever, which is the reason why they stopped him. Anybody else, Negro, black, colored, they're doing dead time. They're going to be in jail, sitting in jail, waiting for their court date. Let him out on his own recognizance. Goes to court, no paperwork. See all those, go on RV Bay, you know, writs of freedom, print out, send all those writs in, and then you have to, you know, stuff has to predate, you know, before you go to court. Paperwork has to precede you before you, none of that BS. Why? Because nationality for him is here. Nationality for him is here. It's not some card. Right now, driving with plates that are expired, getting stopped, and so-called highwayman are telling him, okay, well, you know, well, next time, you know, whatever. Past 4 years or whatever, never had no plates. Has expired plates on the stuff right now. Driving up and down the place. Getting stopped. Not getting stopped. Getting stopped. Getting followed into the underground parking or whatever. Car pulling up in front of him to block him so he can't go or whatever like that. And they're coming out like, oh, hey, aren't you? You're the guy with the... Oh, sorry. And they go about their business. No showing the nationality card, no right to travel card, no whatever. Why? Because it's a divine and national movement. And once you get the divine first and then go to national stuff, this is a whole different thing. If you go national first, you're going to have problems just because. And then if you don't have anything, well, you know, insurgent. Period. Go online, go Google the KKK oath. So you know that they take an oath to uphold the Constitution. They're not some Christians. They take an oath to enforce the Constitution. Why they lynching niggers? Because nobody out here could be stateless and claim to be citizen. And if somebody's trying to make someone a citizen that shouldn't be a citizen, then that's high treason, and they could do whatever they want to those people pretending to be whatever. Nothing personal. It's the law. But remember, insurgent, one who opposes the execution of law. The supreme law of the land is the Constitution. The supreme law of the land is the Constitution. And they have a constitutional right to bear arms. But you know, they think Constitution comes from a white man or whatever, so Constitution has nothing to do with them. They don't want nothing to do with it. Right? All these guys out here, you know, talking about, yeah, you know, unity amongst the Bloods and the Crips, you know what I mean? Because of this stuff that's going on, and you know what I mean, we want to show unity amongst Bloods and Crips or whatever. Okay, so if police shooting stops, is the Bloods and the Crips gonna stay united, or are they going back to their crap that they were doing? More than likely they're going back to their crap if police stuff stops today. Forget all that unity stuff, you know what I mean? Back to normal, right? Playing this game. So we have a divine right to let these people learn the hard way. That's what Drew Ali called it. Drew Ali said, learn the point of a sword, don't worry. Yeah, don't worry, you guys learn the point. Oh yeah, you guys hard-head, stiff-necked people, don't worry. Point of the sword. Don't worry, there's gonna be, what did he tell the Moors? There's gonna be soldiers. The National Guard just came in, right? All right, so National Guard came in. It's official that National Guard's there, and I don't need anybody to tell me whatever. We don't need news or whatever like that. There's Moors out there in Baltimore already seen the National Guard drive past their house and stuff like that. So they already know, and they put the word out. Yo, it's real. National Guard is here. Drew Ali told Moors, it is going to be soldiers that's going to stopping you in the street. Soldiers going to be stopping you in the street. It's going on right now. What's that mean? That means that his prophecy is manifested, which means that he's a legitimate prophet. But the conscious video opportunists, they're going to make you think we're worshiping dead men and stuff like that. And you know, you don't need him, and you know, that's 1913 stuff. It's 2015. We need a new whatever, new this, new that. You haven't even mastered the old stuff yet. You want new stuff, and then complaining. You know, have their Negro mayor leader sell them out, right? Came on the news, told them. Right? Just let them do whatever because whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then now trying to recant the statement now. Oh, and I never said that or whatever. I never said for them to go loot and whatever like that. And CNN pulled up the stuff on their ass and said, you gave them the jurisdiction to go destroy everything because if the police want and whatever like that, then we should do whatever like that. And then everybody go, yeah, we got a new black lady now. Yeah, we can go and do stuff. Tearing up your own stuff. Bet you she doesn't live where you guys live. Bet you she lives in the suburbs or whatever, where she's gonna go get her milk, eggs, bread, whatever tomorrow, no problem. While these niggers are gonna be walking around talking about what we gonna eat. How come we can't eat? Right? Set their self up and play like you know. They're doing something. They're doing nothing. Playing games. Playing games. And trust me, people aren't playing. Right? We'll go again. Brother Rennie. Once again. This is a different demographic now. We already dealt with the European. The European knows what's up. The European saw him in his fez, told him, you know what you got on? That's a fez. Acknowledging that she knows what's up. That's a European. So put her to the side. And don't compare her with, you know, the people who's killing, you know, innocent brothers and sisters in the street under the guise of, you know, police brutality. Right? It's not the same Europeans. Oh yeah, and honors to all the Europeans out there who stand up for the supreme law of the land and constitutional jurisdiction and enforce that. as the law. And Islam, to all the Europeans who know who the Moors are, and all the Europeans who are putting the word out that the Moors are back, you other Europeans better start supporting Moors and stop playing games like you guys are getting out of this when they're stateless people too, because they got licenses and all caps and all that. And they better be some ipso jure Moorish subjects or tie themselves to the Moors in some way, shape, or form, because European below high class, below upper class, any European below upper class, you're the new nigger. Make sure you tell them so they know. They no middle class anymore. That's dissolved. Right? Because remember, we told y'all about the chimpanzees. Chimpanzees have more rights than Negro, black, colored people. So they're letting people know. This is in the news, they're letting people know. And what is it up? Over Negro, black, colored people head, they're not hearing nothing. Cool, no worries. Brother Rennie again. And this is another thing. Just to put on the record once again. Active more doesn't mean go to court. Active more doesn't mean drive with Moorish plates. Active more doesn't mean show nationality card all over the place. Active more means study. Because when you study, you change your vibration. The Hindus in Hamilton, Ontario Territory, acknowledge Moors. I had a similar run-in with a Hindustan man, and the energy is all positive because they know. They've seen the Fez, especially the older generation. An old Hindu man and his family couldn't help but talk to me the whole time we were on the elevator. And even when we got off, he was lecturing about the Tarbush and how it's good to see we have a few Moors with fezzes out here. Hindustani now. You know, totally different. Oh, speaking about Hindustani. Speaking about Hindustani. All right. Speaking about Hindustani. Thousands join parade. Sikhs celebrate. About 100,000 people turned out Sunday at the Better Living Center at the CNE, Canada's National Exhibition, for the 30th annual Khalsa Day Parade along Lakeshore Boulevard. Lakeshore Boulevard is the same place where all you people, where you hear about Caravana, and then you come over here in August, and then you jump down the street or whatever like that. Okay, same place. Okay, remember, they don't have no fences up and stuff like that. They don't have police everywhere or whatever like that, right? At Caravana, you got millions of people. This is 100,000 people. They don't get bothered, right? Along Lakeshore Boulevard and up to Nathan Phillips Square, below a father and son taking the Khalsa Day celebrations, a commemoration of Vaisakhi, Vaisakhi, the Sikh New Year, right? So here's the, just because Brother Rennie just reminded me about the Hindus, you know, who are either my complexion, you know what I mean, or darker, and don't call themselves black. But they're darker than me. And remember that we're in Canaan land, which is one of the most multicultural places in the world. Not in the Americas, in the world. Toronto is one of the most, if not the most multicultural place. So everybody's here. Just like the brother said, Hamilton's about 40 minutes from where we're at right now. Bosnian knows about Moors. And remember, Hamilton's about 40 minutes from where we are. He's talking about Hindustanis out there know about Moors. Talking about it's good to see some feathers or whatever on some dark-skinned people around here. But people don't want to get down with this. They think we're playing. So this is their stuff. Right? Now take a good look. One headwear. One flag. One culture. Right? If this was Carabana, there'd be 50 different flags around here. This is Carnival, Bacchanal, jump up and wave and all this stupidness. You have about 500 different flags around here. These guys have one flag. Everybody has their turban on, right? Little youth man has on his turban. I wish they had the flag showing right there, but it's okay, right? Pops has a turban, right? If they don't have a turban, they have the same color and they just tie a cloth on their head. They don't wear a turban. They just tie an orange cloth on their head and they're accepted, right? No jump up and wave and all that stuff, you know. Walking. No on the side with the cooler selling beers for $1 and stuff like that, try to make some fiat or whatever like that. Just walking, exercising their right. And keep in mind that these are the guys who we talked about that have their daggers on the street. They walk with their dagger on the street on their hip. Dagger down to their thigh or dagger down to their ankle. Out here. And Negroes getting 15, 20 years, first time possession of a firearm. And these guys have a dagger walking around the place. Right? Nationality. Okay? Islam to Brother Rennie, but you know, we're not done, because you got more testimonies. He's not done with y'all yet. He's not done with y'all yet. Right? All right. I was at Pho Dao Bo, Vietnamese restaurant. Right? I was at Pho Dao Bo, Vietnamese restaurant. You go check it out. PHODAUBO. Just so you know that it's a legit spot where he went to. Right? Vietnamese restaurant. And I was just about finished. I got up and walked up to the front counter to ask the waitress to speak to the manager. I was explaining why I was non-obligated to pay the tax. He went on to talk about how it's the first time he's met someone like me, and while I was up front talking to the manager, my brother that I came with me got approached by another waitress and asked him if he was a diplomat. He told her yes. And she was shouting about how cool it was to meet a diplomat. These brothers who come to Canaanite class or whatever, right? Just regular brothers like me and you. But they have a pheasant. We're not talking about, you know what I mean, pinstripe suit, right? Or tie, bow tie. Just some brothers, hungry. You know what I mean? Probably coming from class or whatever like that. Yo, let's go get something to eat. Where you want to go? Let's go to the Vietnamese spot. All right, cool. Go to the Vietnamese spot, eat some food. Manager talks to the brother about the first time, this is the first time that he's had somebody talk to him on those levels about not being obligated to tax, blah, blah, blah. This is the good part. So he told her yes, and she was just shouting about how cool it was to meet a diplomat. The manager took my tax off manually and said, I knew those natives were a fraud. This is Vietnamese. This is somebody from Vietnam. Remember Muhammad Ali said, I'm not going to go kill my brothers and my brown brothers or whatever like that, and Viet Cong and all that type of stuff right there, and try to trump up charges on him, but he's siding with the Vietnamese and whatever like that, terrorists, right? But they know that the natives who claim to be natives are a fraud. and gave the brother his taxes off manually. Manually. Now, you know what manual means? Manual means he didn't put it in the computer. Manual means because nationality is here and here, manager seen that he was real in what he was demonstrating and took the tax off manually. But, you know, the so-called video opportunists, you know, in denial of what Moors are dropping, you know, like in absolute denial of what Moors are dropping. Not even semi-denial. They're in absolute denial. Yeah, we recognize Noble Drew Ali, but no, we're not Moors. Oh, you recognize Noble Drew Ali, but then you're not Moors. Right? Clowns. Clowns. Don't listen to them. Every time they come around, have your spiked bat ready. Right? Every time they come around. Okay? Questions? Questions? Testimonial, once again. My old roommate told me he wanted to take me up to Cleveland to hang out, but he wouldn't tell me who we were seeing until we were on the road. Anyway, he was talking about Hare Krishna for 2 years now. Well, I met this lady. Her name is Mother Krishnandini. Krishnandini. But she said she was in the Moor Science Temple before she got into Hare Krishna. She said that CMB lived with her family when she was little and that her last name was Bay, but she just goes by her spiritual name now. She talked about how Swami Prabhupada, SWAMI PRABHUPADA. She talked a lot about Swami Prabhupada and had a lot of his pictures around her house. A lot like the Moors talk about Noble Drew Ali. So when I asked her about what she thought about nationality, she just asked me what I thought. Right? Because she already knows what's up, right? It's not no secret that nationality is the order of the day. Everybody who claims that they're from somewhere better have a nationality. It's just common knowledge to everybody in the world that you have a nationality. So instead of her, right? Now remember, this is the same thing if you saw if you watch some Taj classes, you heard him speak about people who have nationalities not wanting to give it up to Negro, black, colored people because they have an obligation not to talk to them about those things because they're stateless people. So he asked her about nationality and she flipped it back on him and asked him what he thought. So depending on where he was in his mind, that would determine to her whether I can have a conversation with him or whether, put up the glass between me and him with the window, poke that thing out and just have him push Fiat through this side and I just give him product or whatever. Hair, toilet paper, toothbrush, whatever like that. Right? So when I asked her about what she thought about nationality, she just asked me what I thought. I told her that I liked what they did, but if I don't do anything else or get back into any religion, I got to at least get free. I talked to another lady that was there, and she does readings, and she was in metaphysics before she got into Krishna consciousness. And she said that she was a Moor. We exchanged numbers, but for some reason I felt that they seemed cautious talking to me about it, and I didn't want to be disrespectful, right? Cautious to him about talking about it, because he's just a brother, you know, probably has shades on, baseball hat or whatever like that, t-shirt, you know what I mean? Not exercising anything having to do with national principles, so they already know that nigger. We're not gonna divulge any information for him, because they also know that niggas are sellouts, that he's gonna go back, tell the government or whatever that they were, I was talking to this Krishna lady and she told me about nationality or whatever like that, you guys need to respect me, blah, 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 like that, and then they come deport those people. Because they have an obligation not to tell. That's how they get to stay over here so long and live how they live while we suffer. Because really, when they come over here, they're exercising Moorish birthright. Because everybody knows this is the Moroccan Empire. That's not from here. Only people who don't know is Negro black colored people marching up and down the place, zombie apocalypse. She said that she was a Moor and we exchanged numbers, but for some reason I felt that they seemed cautious talking to me about it. I didn't want to be disrespectful, but at the same time I've been watching videos and taking notes for months, studying myself so that I couldn't debate this right now, although I'm not trying to debate necessarily. But is this Prab Hubada dude legit? Did he know about Moors and Noble Drew Ali, or was he like Gandhi, who only looked at Moors as smelly kafirs? I'm definitely trying to build. I feel like it's me against the world in Ohio. You know, the brothers in Ohio. Any Moors in Ohio, send me an email so I could send this brother to you. And I've kicked it for years, but I don't have the desire to deal with the women I come across anymore. But I would be cool with any woman that knows about Moors. But that doesn't matter right now. I know about RV Bay Publications, got a couple pamphlets, blah, 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 right? But point being, once again, Hindus know what's up. They know that they're Moors. They know that we're Moors. They know that we're master metaphysicians and all that type of stuff. They know that their leaders and our leaders used to go chill together, build and whatever like that.
Yeah.
If CMB is staying at some guy's house or whatever, and he's Hare Krishna, obviously there's relations. Obviously they're relative, right? I also forgot to tell you that Mother Krishnan Dini said that the name Christ came from Krishna, right? So you know, get a little easy with him, you know what I mean? Give him a little bit, you know what I mean? Or hopefully he goes and studies, you know what I'm saying? Talk to some of his Moorish friends that he knows, you know what I mean? Get a broader perspective or whatever like that, right? I told her that I agree with her on that to some extent because it was a K instead of a C, but I told her that Christ was a title and we all could be Christ. She said that we could be Christ-like, but there's only one Christ. And I just remembered that I talked to a Muslim there and we debated about the name more, and he said the Europeans call us that because we couldn't pronounce Muslim. And I told him that it was from Moor, but I didn't know what else to say or if I was right on that. Next time you talk to a Muslim, don't bring up Muslim, don't bring up Moor, say Sufi. Right? Say Sufi. And then what you want to do, let's put this up there once again. Go get this one. That way they can't deny, right? Get this one. Muhammad, the first Sufi of Islam. Not the first Shiite, not the first Sunni, the first Sufi of Islam. Why? Because Sufism is the unification of Shiite and Sunni and all the other 999,000 million sects of Muslims. Right? Don't get it twisted. Everybody knows. It's only Negro black colored people that are in the dark. Everybody knows. It's only Negro black colored people that are in the dark. All right? Islamism. I have some questions, if you would be so kind to assist. First, can you forward me the Google search engine for case law? Forget case law. Case law is based on the Constitution. Supreme Court cases are based on the Constitution. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land. So if you want case law, don't worry about case law. Focus on the Constitution. Right? Once again, dealing with this jurisdiction, the clock has begun on a fraudulent order I just received from the U.S. District Court here in Maryland, which needs to be rebutted. The jargon in it so-called order is ridiculous, claiming the assertions raised in both my financial statement as a pauper and mandamus, where I sought to remove the case from State Tribunal, Article 3 Avenue, were nonsensical and appear to be thwart enforcement of court orders, citing Abdullah versus New Jersey, quoting Marrakesh Caliphate and New Jersey, in as much stating the claims of Moorish Americans have been routinely rejected. Ferguson L. versus VA and Albert Fitzgerald Brockman L. versus NC Department of Corrections, finally claiming the court is aware of no instance where the United States, not the United States of America Republic, United States, has recognized the so-called Moorish nation as sovereign, and that I offered no credible evidence in support of my request of pauper status, all the while never addressed any of the factual evidence presented with my writs. Any advice or suggestions? Are you aware of any cases to the contrary? Said venues also refuse to recognize my Moorish title even after being presented proper notification. I'm actually preparing a writ of mandamus in the SC in hope of having this fraudulent order corrected. Do you have contact information for Supreme Court of Pennsylvania? Well, you know the name of them, so you can look them up and get their info. Second thing, Moors have to remember that noble Drew Ali told the Moors, this is a divine and national movement. If you are not vibrating divinely, if you're not in tune with your ancestors, if you're not in tune with the oracles, if you're not in tune with high priests and high priestesses of divine order, not some people who claim that they're that. We're talking about divine order. If you're not in tune with people who are astrologists that can give you information that's going to change your frequency, you will always be a nigger to them. Always. That's how Moors get caught up. Remember, told y'all, Brother Yasun, no writ of mandamus. No, and his stuff is bigger than lots of Moors out there who say they got, oh yeah, I got a court case and I went to court and they didn't want to respect my stuff and they didn't do this, they didn't do that. No writ of mandamus, no writ of discovery, no notice of special appearance, no removal, no writ of removal, no anything, no nationality card even, no temple card even, no letter from the Grand Sheikh saying that he volunteers at the temple, that's how he knows about Moorish, nothing. Nationality here, nationality here. And that's it. Beat the kick in the door charges. Everybody knows somebody who got the door kicked in. They're probably still behind the gate right now. Everybody knows somebody. 0 charges. Released on his own recognizance. Not only that, not only released on his own recognizance, went to the court. And he didn't even have to say anything when he went up there. They came to him and said, "Oh, don't worry, everything's withdrawn. Go home." So, for us to, because we know people got issues. We know Moors get hemmed up and stuff like that, right? Guarantee, because I know Moors, right? I know Moors who exercise this birthright on some levels and they don't get touched. They're doing something if they're not getting touched. There's something that they're doing. If they're not getting touched, they're not getting kidnapped, they're not getting anything. There must be something that they're doing. More than likely, they're studying. More than likely, they're changing their vibration. More than likely, they're not going out there trying some stuff that they heard something in a video and they try something. Anybody going down that road there, you're done for. Because we tell people, get out of the Negro black colored mindset about these guys are crackers and white men and KKK and whatever. They're scientists. They know more science better than Moors know more science. They have, Nefertiti carpets at their house. They have Moorish figurines, life size. Right? We have to make sure that we listen to what the Prophet said. Study, study, study. Yeah, I know it sounds good. I know case law, and then case law backs up everything that he's saying, and then you should be able to just put the case law, and they're supposed to be like, oh, case law. That says whatever. Okay, yeah, you're right. And they're not doing that. Sorry. It's not going down like that because these people are scientists. They are not just some crackers, like how you hear these guys talk, the video opportunists talking crackers and all that stuff. There's no crackers. If that's the mentality, you lose when you go to face them. So they're not crackers. They're scientists. They're Masons. They got feathers. They're doing their secret rituals, blood rituals, semen rituals, woman ejaculation rituals, whatever, baby rituals, whatever, molesting children rituals. Jews have their little circumcision, suck little boys' dick rituals or whatever to get power. They're doing what they got to do as far as they're concerned in order to rule. Nothing personal, but, they're vibrating on a frequency that's down here, and they're using that and ruling. And we're supposed to be vibrating on the frequency up here, but we're not vibrating up here. We're vibrating, try to vibrate down here with them. But then, you don't want, well, no, I'm not going to suck the penis or whatever, a little boy or whatever like that. Why am I going to do that? You know what I mean? I'm not going to go, take some little girl and bring her to my house and be in the bed and rubbing up on her to get the energy in order for court tomorrow like Judge is going to do. You know what I mean? That's how they get down. But if you're going down there, that's what you're going to have to do in order to make the stuff work. If you're not willing to do that, then you better raise your vibration. And it's not no secret, you know what I mean? They got freaking statues of giving boys boinking in the bum and stuff like that. Statues. They have statues of that stuff. They have statues of them eating children and stuff like that. You think they just, oh yeah, we're just, and then you wonder what's happening to children? Where's all these missing children and stuff like that? You don't know. Yeah, they're eating children. Like, yeah, that's real. They have statues of that stuff. Guy has like children on the arm, has children in a bag, and then taking a bite out of one. You think that's not real? You think these people are playing around? These are not crackers. These are not just some white guys, just whatever. They're scientists. Science, occult is light, white magic, is black magic. Right? Pick a side. Pick a side. There's negative ways of using astrology. You can use astrology negative. You can use burning candles negative. Right? We're not talking about whether it's humane, inhumane, or whatever. That's what they're doing to get by. They're using fucking rituals and stuff like that. These people aren't playing around. Go back and check. Go back and look at, trust me, go back and look at the Baltimore thing, right? Ask yourself the question, if these guys just severed a guy's spine, right? They just severed a guy's spine, threw him in the car or whatever like that. He's dead. Shot up a guy. Choked a guy out on the corner. You know what I mean? Shoot somebody on a playground. Shoot somebody in a Walmart. Shoot somebody in a parking lot. Why don't they just freaking just get the guns and just shoot all these people? Why not? Just make life easy. They got enough. Don't forget, they got the 350 million hollow point bullets that they bought from whatever Social Security Administration or whoever. Like, they're prepared. It's not like they can't do it. Why aren't they doing it though? Because they're trying to raise the pot's pressure and wait for that idiot to just, without running it underwater. When that goes down, then stuff's going to kick off. Until then, they got their little baby rituals that they're going to do. They got their little girl rituals that they're going to do. And they're going to be doing whatever it is that they got to do in order to whatever. No, there's no karma for those actions. Why? Because in their mind, in their heart, they're not doing nothing wrong. They have the first lesson of metaphysics is no fear, no guilt. That's why they can go in the coffin. That's why they can, tie a little string on somebody's dick and shit like that. That's why they can have sex with each other and stuff like that. Because they don't deal with fear and guilt. They don't care what people think about whatever. They're all about survival. And while they're doing that, we're denying Olokun, we're denying Shango, we're denying Ogun, we're denying Obatala, because we think that, we can't use that because, I was watching, Devil's Advocate, and then the guy had the tongue, and then he did the ritual with the tongue, and I don't want to do cutting off tongues and all that stuff as an offering, and I don't want to cut chicken's neck and whatever like that. You don't got to do that. They got spiritual money out there. You can go buy spiritual money and burn spiritual money and get blessings and use that as an offering. And get the same thing that you're going to get if you cut off a chicken head or a goat head or whatever. Shango's going to accept the spiritual money the same way that they're going to accept the blood sacrifice. But you know what I mean? We're not going to the Orishas, right? We're not going to Santeria and all that stuff. That's the devil stuff. We're not getting candles, you know what I mean? Why there's no candles in the house? And if you do have candles, it's for Kwanzaa, which is the negative energy, because you're just wasting candles. You got red candles, green candles, black candles, and you just lighting them, and you're talking about, first day of Kwanzaa, we're going to light this candle, and the second day of Kwanzaa, we're going to light this candle. You're not doing no rituals with that? You're not doing no ashes or nothing like that? You just light candles and go eat some food and call that something, right? You know what I mean? Playing yourself. No fear, no guilt. That's how they get by. You think they care? They shoot a guy, choke a guy out of the corner. Guy had Eric Garner in the chokehold, like, you're dying today, bro. You don't feel no way about that. just severed dude's spine or whatever. They didn't feel no way about that. They just had him, man's head just no neck. They didn't care. Throw him in the car, go about their business. Hey, suspended with pay. Boss did that. You think boss feels away? Oh, well, you know, I really can't give you guys pay because you killed a guy, you know. They don't care. No fear, no guilt. But we don't want to get that because we want to be, you know, Noble Drew Ali said, to be the pristine Moors, right? And we don't want to get our hands dirty, right? We wanna have, you know what I mean, organic fruit and organic vegetables, but we don't want to get our hands dirty. We just want to go to the tree and pick. That ain't how this goes. That's not how this goes. Unfortunately. And why it doesn't go like that? Because. Why it doesn't go like that? Because. Look at Baltimore. Look what's going on in Baltimore. Don't forget, they got Moors there. Look at Chicago. Murder capital of the world. The world. Not just the United States or whatever. World. But there's Moors there though. How's there Moors somewhere and that's a murder capital? How's there Moors somewhere and people are in the street rioting and picketing and they're not suing these bastards? Because Moors ain't doing what they're supposed to do. They want to play like this is some club, come join. When this is everybody's birthright. Everybody, this is their birthright. And they don't need to be inside some Moor Science Temple of America to be Moors. They just need to go study. And when they study and they find out some stuff that they weren't told, there's going to be a whole different game. Because then all these leaders wouldn't be able to come around there, you know. Again, video opportunists, you know what I mean? As soon as camera comes on, oh, now they're coming up to talk or whatever like that, and you know, put their position on the record, and you know, civil rights. We're gonna sue you guys in the civil rights and all that stuff. That's foolishness. Even those guys, you think Dirty Moors have fear or guilt that they killed the prophet and that they're running game on everybody, trying to tell people that you have to be in the temple to be a Moor because you know Noble Drew Ali said join the temple and whatever like that or whatever. When Drew Ali told Moors that you're Moors because you're descendants of Moroccans born in America, you never told people join Moor Science Temple to be Moors. No, you know, Grand Sheik of Moor Science Temple. I'm not telling you don't join. We're saying that it's broader than just the Moor Science Temple of America. Way broader. Moor Science Temple of America only around 10 months or something like that before Noble Drew Ali died. How's that the foundation when that's only been around? They got Noble Drew Ali 1913 to 1929. Okay, Moor Science Temple of America came in 1928. Oh yeah, that's the foundation. Oh. What kind of math are these guys doing? Obviously, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. And we have an obligation to go get those people, because once those people are willing to go out there and march and picket or whatever, Beast is going to be here doing what they do, picking them off one by one. They'll take 1,000 years to pick off Negroes one by one. Why? Because that means they get here longer, survival. And their duty right now, their position right now is to survive. We're not even talking about modern. We're talking about 10, 15, 20, 30, 50, 100, 200, 3,000 years ago, sun's been killing them. Sun. You can't escape sun. Sun's been killing Europeans. They're about survival. And the only way that they're going to survive is if the zombies give the vampires something to feed off of. Because don't get it, a vampire will suck a zombie's neck. Don't get it twisted. A vampire would suck a zombie. Don't think, you know what I mean, vampires are looking for, you know, the girl in the white dress walking down the vampires suck anything. Right? If you don't believe me, everybody on the islands, especially Trinidad and Tobago, know about Sukunya. Sukunya suck anything that lives. Anything that has energy is getting sucked by Sukunya. Anything. And Sukunya's real stuff that people seen. We got newspaper stories where people seen Sukunya sucking their cow and stuff like that in the nighttime. So don't even think that we're talking some spooky, you know what I mean, Frankenstein, whatever. These are vampires and zombies and stuff. This is real stuff we're talking about. Just like we're talking about the cloning.
Yeah.
And that you don't even know who's who out there right now. They have androids right now in the population with people. Real androids. They have those out right now. Walking around, have a bag on, going to work like anybody else. Android. Keep playing. People are playing. These people aren't playing. They're very serious. So all that to say, all these court stuff, you know what I mean? Quoting, you know, Marrakesh Caliphate versus Marrakesh is not no goddamn caliphate. That's some package selling Moors, right? Marrakesh Society and all that stuff. ISIS, Ali Muhammad, all these package seller Moors or whatever like that. That got you. Because everybody, go check Moors in Court on YouTube. How much views does it have? Go check, right? Okay, those guys are package sellers. And what's the most requested video out there as far as how to deal with court session? How to deal with court? How to deal with court? Marrakesh video. Because these guys got a judge mad, everybody's getting excited. Everybody's getting excited because of these guys talking some crap to some judge or whatever like that. And now right? Don't get caught up. Study. It's essential that we are students always. We are never master. Even though I self-law am master, but I'm not a master. Because master is a student forever. That's how you know a master. How you know a teacher? They learn from their student. If you have teachers standing on the board, yeah, yeah, I got this or whatever, and not getting anybody else's out there's perspective, I ain't no teacher. Front. Gaming you. Right? This one's kind of long, but we'll try to get through as many of these ones. I'm sending these questions in hopes that you have by now seen the videos from the Dr. Ben celebration, and the following discussions, while needed for the moment, seem to show that people are still confused on the issues. Why don't Moors participate in debates? One, nothing to debate about. Nothing to debate about. Why? Because when a Moor goes up and says, let's debate, first issue is status. Islam, Qudrado El, Moorish American, you're going to debate this guy. Put your status on the record. Oh yeah, my name is Seti, Black Power. You already lost debate. Everybody give people back their money and let's go home. Debate's over. Nothing to debate because that guy's stateless. What's he going to teach somebody if he's stateless? Remember the elevator, the Bosnian, knew about nationality, knew about Fez and all that stuff. Hindustani knew about nationality, knew about Fez or whatever. Vietnamese knew that the natives are really the frauds and that, you know, the real natives are us, which is why he manually gave brother taxes off on his purchase at their store. So ain't nothing to debate. Well, Kudro, you didn't know. I didn't do no debate with Ali Muhammad. I exposed a package seller, Dirty Moore, who had paperwork saying that he's Bay, but then he's coming talking about dissing Moors, dissing Noble Drew Ali, when he got books that he wrote himself, acknowledging that Noble Drew Ali is the superior sovereign out here, that Noble Drew Ali dropped stuff, that people don't even know what Noble Drew Ali brought yet. We got to consider what Noble Drew Ali brought or whatever, but then dissing Moors. That's why I did it. I didn't go debate Ali Muhammad. I went for exposing Ali Muhammad for the fraud that he is. You notice how quiet those guys are now? How quiet he is? All his videos, you were doing videos every week with Sonnetter and all that. Where's all his videos at? All of a sudden, quiet now. Why? Because as soon as you stop their fiat, they become unimportant. Time out. Face the corner. Duns cap. Right? 2. Why does it seem like the debates come with no solutions but new issues? Because you have 2 stateless people debating about something. You have 500, 300, whatever people putting 20, 30, 50, whatever in the pot. And then you have the online booths. Those guys you want to go support too, to go see 2 stateless people, right? You're gonna go watch a heavyweight fight between 2 midgets. You're gonna watch heavyweight fight. You really fell for the game, right? That this is the heavyweight match or whatever, and 2 midgets in the ring, and you're sitting there still. And after it's done, you're leaving there broke because you had to buy food, you had to buy some products or whatever, you know, show support to the whatever like that. $50 to get in, and you leave there with less than you came with, intellectually and in your pockets. And once again, why does it seem like debates come with no solutions? Because debates don't bring solutions, because if you go to a real debate, you'll see that what those guys doing is not debating. That alone should make people not go. Teaching nothing. No solutions. That's why we give honors to Brother Taj Tariq Bey, Ras Mariah V. Bey, Anid El, because they give you solutions. Grand Sheikh Nature El Bey, Aleem El Bey, they give you solutions. They're not just flapping at their mouth because they have a tongue. They're giving you something that you can take, go check it out, see if it's legit, see how, you know what I mean? And if it resonates in your mind and resonates in your heart, then you're going to exercise. Find me one of these guys that this is Moors, right? They got all these whatever names or whatever. Bet you go in their pocket, they got license with some European name on it. Bet you. Bet you. Just go check. Right? Why are the topics of debates always put into an adversarial context? Because you're going to go, not even because, what you're going to do, you're going to go Canaan Land Moors on YouTube, Conscious Mental Wrestling Federation. Go watch that class right there. That'll let you know why the topics of debates are always put in an adversarial context. Because it's the Conscious Mental Wrestling Federation. They're not teaching anybody anything. They're all about being in front of the video, make themselves, you know, Ric Flair, woo, and all that stuff. Randy Savage, you know what I mean? You know, Legion of Doom, Demolition, you know what I mean? Hacksaw Jim Duggan, you know, and all that stuff. That's what they're on. They're not teaching nobody anything. Don't waste your time. As soon as you see, oh yeah, you know, whatever, versus whatever, don't even fund those guys' stuff anymore. They should be in there by themselves. They should be in there by themselves. Why do people think that figuring out who has more fun facts equals knowledge? Same thing, stateless people. Majority of the answers to this stuff is stateless people. Once you have stateless people with a little bit of power, you got trouble. Once you have stateless people talking about they have knowledge of themselves, but you tell them, pull out your wallet right now, prove to me you have knowledge of self, and show me an identification from your so-called nation, whatever it is that it's called, black nation, you know, Negro nation, conscious community, whatever like that. Show me your identification from that to prove to me that you have knowledge of self and that you're whatever. They ain't gonna show it. They're gonna go into all of this stuff about, you know, why they are and why they're this and why that, and never show facts. You know, never show facts, never show proof. Just talk stuff. Con artists. Do you know how much people are paying on an average for tickets each of these events? 20 to 30 bucks. 20 to 30. Guaranteed. 20 to 30. And then you have the online, you know what I mean, thing where that might be 10 bucks or, you know, $15 or whatever. Right? Why is it that whenever someone wants to prove a point, they depend on hypotheticals that they know and admit have no logical basis in best practices proven through time and through research? Once again, stateless people. We have to remember that not because somebody says they're conscious, that doesn't mean nothing. Prove you're conscious. Prove it. Prove to me that you're awake. As soon as you start talking about, you know, our people, black people, African people, we're calling people continents and adjectives and whatever else, obviously you're incompetent, you're a fool, and you should shut your mouth and go find a corner, room or something like that, and go read something and get your mind right. Read a book. Right? Do something. Okay? Don't take these people as they know their self because they're in front of a camera and somebody else is rallying them on behind the camera like, oh yeah, tell them. Malcolm told them. You know, yeah, we need to whatever, you know, he's giving his speech or whatever like that. And then everybody's like, yeah, hey, stop the clapping thing. Stop the clapping. And that's 60s. Malcolm told these people, stop the clapping. What are they doing still today? Clapping. Still clapping. Right. You know what I mean? Right? Back up, man. Right?
Exactly.
What is martial law, and is the conscious community preparing to prevent it or bring it into play when they ignore the white man's psychology? Well, conscious community is going to have to figure that out because I'm not in the conscious community. I don't know what the hell a conscious community is. That's a fraud, right? It's a conscious community. It's a fraud. There's no community called that in the planet. I know that there's Hindustani communities, there's Sri Lankan communities, there's, you know, Vietnamese communities, Chinese communities, you know, Moorish communities. Conscious community, I don't know what the hell that is. White man, I don't know what the hell that is. No such thing as a white man, no such thing as a black man. White and black are statuses, and that's it. If people want to assume that their identity or whatever, then go out there and be black man. And, you know, guarantee you're going to get Eric Garner and all the rest of stuff, whoever got whatever, because when you go check the papers, you see that that's what they are, who they're called, etc. Right? And martial law been going on. Don't listen to all these guys, these sovereign whatever and conspiracy theorists. Oh yeah, you know, martial law is coming. Martial law been here. Guy get choked out on the corner? That's martial law. R.I.P. But that's martial law. if guys are getting killed on the corner. And it's only one particular group of people. It is not standard for everybody. That's martial law, right? So go ask the country, go tell them debate about that. What are you guys gonna do about martial law or whatever? That's here already that you guys haven't prepared for. Because they're the ones that say, you can't do nothing with this European or whatever. They're the beasts. You need the guns or whatever like that. Well, they got nukes and stuff. They got drones. What conscious community got to defend against drone attack right now? What conscious community have to if these guys said, nuke, like in that movie um 51 or area or whatever.
Area.
Area.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the kind of martial arts, whatever movie, whatever, you know what I mean? When they try to take over the people's stuff and then they said, we're gonna just nuke them. We'll just nuke them. I can't remember the name. Somebody in the chat.
Them basic things like, you ever play Call of Duty?
Right?
One man versus.
These guys think it's Call of Duty or whatever, right? It ain't Call of Duty. This is real shit out here, right? They're choking people out, right? What is psychology and psychological warfare? Psychology, you look it up. Psychological warfare. There's a lecture by Professor Griff. Check Professor Griff on YouTube, psychological warfare, and they'll give you some, right? What is emotion? Illusion. You don't even remember. No fear, no guilt. As soon as you got fear, guilt, now you have all these emotions running up. You don't know what to do. You're getting personal, everything. Guy says something, you're getting mad. Call him whatever. Call a racist, whatever like that. When that's not really what's going on. The real deal is that we have no status. We have no nationality, so we're the ones that get the brunt of everything that comes down. While everybody else sitting back, you know what I mean? You see the Hindustanis and the Chinese and these people meddling in these Negro black colored stuff that's going on. You see them sticking their head out talking about, let's just see what's going on over there with the black people. They don't care. They're going about their business. This is a concerted, secluded effort against these people who are classified as minorities. Leave emotion alone. If you want emotional stability, get rid of your emotions. Cast your emotions away. And we're not talking, you know what I mean? You can't have feelings. We're saying that emotion is the trigger for them to know how to deal with us. That's our fault. Our fault line is emotions. Because all they have to do is put some, you know what I mean? All they got to do is have 2 Barbies. A European Barbie, an Asiatic Barbie. Asiatic Barbie is $500. European Barbie is $10. Oh, everybody's mad. You know what I mean? Oh, how come it's racism, black babies work? What? That's how they deal with us. Choke some guy out on the corner. Look what's going on right now. All that's fueled by emotion. All this, oh, we gotta do this, we gotta do that. We gotta do this, we gotta do that because this has to stop. How can they do this to us and blah blah? They're doing it to you because you're stateless. Why come they're not doing it to anybody else? Find me a Chinese guy they choked out. Find me a Hindustani guy that they shot up. Other than the one that they broke his neck or whatever. But, they thought he was a nigger. Because he was walking in a community that, was European. He's walking in the community. He's not wearing his traditional whatever like that. He's from some other country, but, you want to blend in with society. He's got jeans on and his jacket or whatever like that, not wearing his cultural stuff. They misplace you as nigger. Then you get nigger treatment. Then after they found out, oh, he's not he's not a nigger. And then all of a sudden, that gets swept under the rug. Nobody talked about it ever again. You never heard about that old man again. The man from India, who they did with his spine and all that stuff, crippled him for life or whatever. How come you never heard about that no more? How come you never talk about the lawsuit and all that stuff and whatever? Because just like all the India air bombings and all this stuff like that, nationals pay them out, shut them the hell up, so they don't talk. Because as soon as they start talking, Negro, black, colored people would start, realizing something. Hold on a second. How come they got paid out when they got somebody, they didn't even get killed. He got injured and they got paid out. These people are losing lives out here. And people are getting off with pay. People that did it getting off with pay. And they don't see what's going on yet. They still think that this is some game. All right, keep playing that. It's a game then. It's okay. You know what I mean? Okay. What is wisdom? Why do so many leaders fail to use it? One, because they're probably sellout niggers working for the other side. So they're not even exercising wisdom, right? And if it's not that, it's because they lack knowledge. Because wisdom is having knowledge and you apply it. When you apply it, you're wise. But if you have no knowledge, especially knowledge of self, forget knowledge of subject matter. If you have no knowledge of self, before you start talking about knowledge of anything else, you're already done. You know what I mean? Throw it in, it's okay. Just leave that alone. What is COINTELPRO and why is the UN just now reviewing this? COINTELPRO, go research it. They'll tell you what they themselves, COINTELPRO will tell you what COINTELPRO is. They'll tell you about all the dirt that they did, all the so-called black groups that they destroyed, infiltrated, all that stuff, all the insurgents, all the informants and all that stuff that they had to make sure that these so-called Negroes, blacks, and colored people don't make it out of this pit of hell that they've been in since they came out of so-called slavery. And the UN is just reviewing this because the UN knows what's up. They've been told people, proclaim your nationality. They put the declarations out there for people to do what they have to do. But, that comes from the white man. So Negro, black, colored people, they're not hearing nothing. They're going to go about their business doing what they do. Unfortunately, it is what it is. We don't have the luxury of going to UN, going to Congress, going to Supreme Court, because, everybody pretty much fed the hell up, and they're like, forget this, we're out of here. We're just going to sell this jurisdiction to highest bidder, and we're the hell out of here. And all these people thinking that federal government and municipal government and state of this and whatever like that, they don't even know that they're dealing with foreign parties who are IMF, international bankers, whatever like that, pretending to be governments, especially here, Canada, U.S. You think that's government? When Castro, Chavez, Gaddafi, you name them, all these so-called republic leaders already called out these people as fraud. But nobody wants to hear them though, because they look like Arabs and like that, and the Mexicans and Venezuelans and Brazilians and whatever like that. Those aren't our brothers, because they got straight hair and whatever like that. All right, you guys can believe that if you want, but that's not really how it goes. Making a move. All right. Give thanks, yo. We'll connect, huh? We'll connect. Yo, peace and love, yo. It's all good. Don't worry. Yo, I hear you. I hear you, yo. Peace and love, boys. Right? What is Rex 84 King Alfred plan that I keep hearing about, and what is the connect to the Spanish Inquisition? Once again, RV Bay Publications, Rex 84 King Alfred Plan, Executive Order 11490 is on there. Go buy it. It's 10, 15 bucks or something like that. Go buy that. After you get that, while you're waiting for that to come in the mail, do your research on Spanish Inquisition, and just remember that the Spanish Inquisition, when you see Jews, that's us. When you see Muslims, that's us, not some people that you see today that call themselves Muslim or whatever like that. Because, you know, reconstruction of history, change up words, change up names of places, people, things, or whatever like that to have us lost. That's why we tell people use RV Bay Publications as a reference, because it's going to have everything set up, clear, in its right context, so you can move forward with a proper mindset when you go do your research. If you have Negro black colored mindset, don't be looking up Spanish Inquisition, because you're going to get lost. You're not going to know what the hell you're reading. Don't even waste your time. Right? A key that we're giving people is, if you go do research Spanish Inquisition, make sure that you replace Jew with Moor and replace Muslim with Moor, so you could know exactly what that is and who that was against. If police are killing people at will, what is studying more science going to do to stop a bullet? How more science is going to stop a bullet? It's going to keep your ass in the house. So you're not going to be around bullets. Because trust me, if you're home studying, you're not going to get shot by a police. Guaranteed. If you're home studying, I guarantee, I'll put my life on it. If you're home studying more science, I guarantee you, you're not going to be shot by no police. Guaranteed. And, like we said earlier, find me a Moor that they shot up. And don't tell me about Noble Drew Ali, they killed Noble Drew Ali, because that's not, you know what I mean, Europeans. Moors did that to the Prophet. Not Europeans. Moors did that to the Prophet. So don't get it twisted and use that as a reference point to say, you know, well, see, Moors could get, don't use Noble Drew Ali as a reference point, please, because Moors know that Noble Drew Ali left the earth plane. They didn't kill him. Noble Drew Ali said, I'm going to the soul plane. It's his own words. This is why you have to join the Moorish Science Temple of America, so you can get the inside information that's not in the public. Because there is information in the Moorish Science Temple of America that's not out there, that you're not going to get out there. And if you think that you got it from out there, somebody's gaming you, because I bet you they lied to you. Because there's information in here that you're only going to get if you come into the Moorish Science Temple. That's why I open up the doors for everybody. Nobody has no excuses to say that they couldn't belong because of, you know, dirty Moors and whatever, making up stuff and whatever like that. Forget all that crap. Get down with Canaan Land Moors. Get down with Great Seal Moorish Science Temple, Grand Sheik Natural Bay in Asbury Park. Get down with the Moorish Holy Temple of Science, Dr. Ali Mel Bay, Jelani Bay. Get down with Great Seal, National Association of Moorish Affairs, Kamal Bay. Right? Get down with some body of Moors, so you can get some inside information, so you can figure this thing out. Because you're not going to figure it out on your own. Guarantee you're not going to figure it out on your own. You're going to need assistance. And the assistance is going to come from the sources that are dealing with this from the perspective of it's the people's. Anybody claiming they own this information, they own Noble Drew Ali, they own nationality card, they own Moorish paperwork, they own Moorish seals, they own whatever, own Qurans, they own the 101 questionnaire. You can't get it unless you leave those people alone. Go to Khalifa Media, go get your 101 questionnaire, go get your Quran from them, because same book, nobody has no monopoly on Noble Drew Ali stuff. Go to RV Bay Publications, go get your Quran there, go get your 101 question there, oral statements, stuff that Noble Drew Ali said. All the stuff that you can get that you're supposed to get from the Moorish Science Temple of America, Moors outside of the Moorish Science Temple of America are presenting that to Moors so they can have the information, because people have been gaming people for the past 102 years since Noble Drew Ali started this movement, right? What's the difference, if any, between consciousness, wisdom, and enlightenment? Once again, go get yourself an unabridged dictionary. Go get an unabridged dictionary, and go get an etymology dictionary. And any word that you don't know the meaning of, go look it up. Because man knows not by being told. Man knows by studying. And when man studies, at that point, he must be what he knows. And if man does not want to be what he knows, then question 13, police killing people and studying whatever like that because you're not studying, fine. Get shot up. Catch bullets. Nothing personal. That's what it is. Right? Same thing with the next one. What is disenfranchisement? We'll look it up. Unabridged dictionary. And you'll get your answer. What relevance does Dred Scott have today? The Dred Scott case is based in Ferguson, Missouri, where slave tried to say that because he escaped or was released or whatever the claim is, and he's in a state where slavery didn't exist, then he's free. But you can't be free if you have slave master's name. That's the point of the relevance of the Dred Scott case. If you go check all these people who got shot up or whatever like that, everybody except, I think, Amadou Diallo, they have some European name, which means that they're property, which means the European could do whatever it is that he feels to them. Because the Dred Scott case, before we even go into the case, forget the case. The docket says plaintiff in error, which means that Dred Scott messed up having Scott as his name. And another class we talked about, having Dred as his name. Because when you get your unabridged dictionary, you look up Dred, you find out that Dred is negative and whatever like that. That's why we say, locks, not dreadlocks. Because you're not putting any negative energy on me talking about, I have dreadlocks. Ain't no dreadlocks around here, or dreads. That's a fiction. So the relevance of Dred Scott today is that these people that are Asiatic are not supposed to have European names. And if they do have European names, they better correct that ASAP. Because if you don't correct that, that means that you are property. You are a ward of the European. And if you are property, property has no rights that any body is bound to respect. Are there any court cases or treaties that show Moors have the rights they claim come with nationality? Go back up to the top. Question. Why is the UN? Just go read the Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous People put out by the UN to show you the rights that come with nationality of indigenous people. Just go check. The Declaration of Rights of Indigenous People. Oh, that Barack Obama signed. Which is why he doesn't give a shit about these people getting shot up and whatever like that. And he's chilling with his espresso and he's not saying a word about this stuff. Because he already signed the document telling these people that they have a right to a nationality and they have a right to change their nationality at any time. And that he's not a black president. And that he knows about the history of the Moors and the fact that the Moors, quote-unquote Muslims, help the United States be what they are, a quote-unquote government. And that he's a constitutional lawyer. And he used to teach law classes. So he knows about improprium persona, he knows about civiliter mortuus, he knows about in full life, he knows about ens legis, he knows about all these things that Moors are trying to tell people get on, that they don't want to get on. But they're going to say, oh yeah, they have a president, a black president to help them, whatever like that, but you don't have a nationality, so he can't help you. Oh, and Moors already put him on notice that Moors are back, you know what I mean? Honors to you, you know what I mean, for being, stepping up or whatever like that, you know what I mean, to the plate, signing the Declaration of Rights of Indigenous People, and all these presidents before you refused to sign this stuff, and they want to do their criminal activity. Now he signed it to help these people not get shot up, but they don't want to recognize what Moors are saying, which is echoed in those documents called the Declaration of Rights put out by the UN. Just go read those documents. And if you want court cases to show Moors have the right, Sundry Free Moors. Look up that court case. If you want some case law, look up the Sundry Free Moors. Look up the Henry Turner versus United States. Here's another case to prove what Moors are saying. And remember, all this stuff is before Noble Drew Ali, you know what I mean? All the Henry Turner and Sundry Free Moors, that's before Noble Drew Ali. That's before Moorish Science Temple of America. Prove you that we've been Moors here. It's not a secret. Only secret to, Negro, black, colored people, they don't study. How do we make the courts and local governments respect the cases and treaties without bloodshed or going to jail? You're not going to stop. Let me rephrase that. You have to recognize that those aren't courts and these aren't local governments. These are foreign European corporations whose job it is to escheat and occupy land that's not theirs. And if you don't unify by having a nationality, then there is going to be bloodshed and people going to jail. I repeat, there's no courts or governments in Canada and the United States. Those are private, foreign, dissolved, insolvent, and bankrupt European corporations. And if you don't unite by having a nationality, all that there's going to be is going to jail and bloodshed. Are there any modern examples of Moorish birthrights being respected? There's ample amounts of Moors. Ample. So many Moors. Don't worry about Moors who get kidnapped and whatever like that. Worry about Moors who exercise birthrights, don't get touched, and they're not even going to waste time talking about it because they know people aren't going to get down with this anyways, because they have to feel pain themselves in order to get down with this information. Which is why, they beat cases, because they felt pain. They got their children taken or something like that. They got their ass kicked or something. Made them realize that they're the ones that's in error. And because they're in error, the universe led them to this. This is not just, you just pick this up. If you're here, if you're one of these 31 people on this thing, 50 people, 1,000 people, how much ever people are watching this right now, if you're considering Moorish nationality and birthrights and proclaiming that and declaring that, know that the universe sent that to you. It wasn't Kudro, Taj, whatever, whoever else. That's not who sent it. The universe, your ancestors, were the ones that led you to this. That's it. Everybody else is just a block of wood pointing in a direction. But that block of wood pointing in a direction was put there by your ancestors. The block of wood pointing in a direction was put there by the universe. Right? So don't get this thing twisted that, we got something that you don't got, so you're trying to. This is yours. And the only reason that you're watching this right now is either one, you already have this knowledge and you're just showing support, Canaan Land Moors, because you know what I mean, you know what's up, honors to you Moors, or your ancestors and the universe wants you to be free because you suffered and you've been suffering, and it's time to stop suffering. And trust me, when you talk to Moors don't consider getting detained and whatever like that suffering. Compared to where Negro black colored people and being in that stuff there, over here, this is heaven. Even if we're getting detained, even if they want to handcuff us, drag us on the ground, whatever like that, it's okay, it's cool. Man is spirit, not the flesh. We're not worried about what they do to the flesh. Not worried at all about what they do to the flesh. But that's a mindset that many of our people don't have because they're engrossed with fear and guilt, and they can't let it go. If you let go of fear and guilt, Moorish nationality would be your best friend. You wouldn't even need people around you. Trust that. If I'm ready to do more than debate petty issues, what should I do next before the end of the year? First thing you should do, proclaim your nationality. Get familiar with Noble Drew Ali, because came here in 1913 to 1929 to teach you this information that we're, putting out there so that the people can correct, these petty issues that they've been dealing with. And if you really think that you're ready to do more, if you really think you're ready to do more, a good thing to do before the end of the year is log on to rvbaypublications.com, study that website, and then study that website some more. When you finish studying that website, study some more, and study some more. Because as you're studying, you're going to realize that, it's 5 o'clock in the morning or whatever, put on TV or whatever, go get the paper, and you find out some people got shot up, and they missed you because you were home studying. And you missed them because you were home studying. And then study some more, and realize that the energies around you changing, and realize that you start seeing people's auras, and realize that you start seeing little orbs floating around, and realize that, I swore that I was up, but you were really sleeping, and you were dreaming about being up, but you were sleeping, and realize that the whole atmosphere around you is changing because your mindset's changing because of all this studying that you're doing, and you realize that, damn, you've never studied before. This is the first time that you actually ever studied for real. And all that stuff that you were doing in school, college, university, got your doctorate and whatever, that wasn't even studying. That was regurgitation. Studying is taking out of yourself, not putting in. When you start studying this way, not this way, you're going to quickly go run and proclaim your nationality. You're going to be rushing to go get your nationality card and all that stuff because you're going to realize something. Until then, keep studying. Don't worry, don't panic. You know what I mean? See what's going on out there? That's happening to Negro, black, colored people only. Only. You know what I mean? It's only happening to Negro, black, colored people. If you know that you're not Negro, black, colored, don't worry about none of that. Right? There's a couple more questions, but we know we need our break before Moorish Heritage and History School, because they're about to go in as well. So probably hit those questions up on Sunday's class. We want to send a shout out to all the Moors because without you, you know what I mean, there would be no us. Keep in mind, 9:30, Moorish Heritage and History School, blogtalkradio.com/MHHS Eyes Wide Open at 9:30. That's on Blog Talk Radio. If you want, you can call in 347-945-5899. 347-945-5899. 9:30. So peace and love. Islam to all the Moors worldwide. Love y'all. Thank you for your support. And don't forget, the doors are open in Canaan land for all the Moors. You know what I mean? If you don't have a temple where you're at, if you know, it's hard to get answers with regard to constitutional civics, whatever, from those temples that you know, it's okay. You can be part of them too, but you could also be part of Canaan land. You know what I mean? They know nothing saying. Remember the oral statements? They got multiple Moors that were saying, you know, George Bey from Temple 5 and Temple 4 and Temple 24 said that the Holy Prophet said so. It's a common thing for Moors to belong to multiple temples. So don't let these guys fool you. All right? Email canaanlandguide@gmail.com or, not and, or, because we don't need double stuff, right? Pick one. canaanlandguide@gmail.com or Amari Elbay, AMAURY Elbay @hotmail.ca. Get your membership form. We'll email you your membership form when you make your request for a membership form, and then we'll give you the instructions how to get it back, send you some confirmation that you are a member, and keep it moving. And oh yeah, Brother Bakari just let you know the stuff came. Sister's coming to pick it up next week, so give thanks for that. You know, we didn't open it or whatever. We just keep it closed, and she could be overwhelmed by that big box that she got. So Islam to all the Moors, peace and love. I want to say peace to all the Orishas, Ashe. Peace to all the ancestors, known and unknown, Ashe. And all of the high priests, high priestesses, oracles, astrologists, whatever in the Moorish movement. Islam, peace to you, thank you. We'll just close out with the prayer. 5 on the left, 2 on the right. Allah, the Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation by night and by day through his holy prophet, Noble Juali. Islam, Islam, Islam. Amen Ra. Ashe. Peace and Hotep, Moors. See y'all in 10 minutes now. I know I went overboard today, but it's okay. We need those ones sometimes. Islam, Moors. Rome has fallen.